Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When you're tuned in, you're with Lady Business and Give It to the People Radio, where you're going to get enlightened, enhanced, empowered, and enriched. Make sure that you always tune in to Give It to the People Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're watching, you know this is Give It to the People. I'm Chisa Penix Brown, and today I have an awesome guest. But first, I want to talk about this great t-shirt that I have on. Some of you may remember, if you've been watching the whole series, Dana Daughtry came on, and he was talking about Dana Daughtry 180 and his journey from going from being an addict to now being an asset, pretty much, because now what he's doing is he's helping homeless people to be able to get some of the materials and things that they need. So he gave me this shirt while he was here, and I told him that I would wear it. And so now, since it's a new year, great time to let you know that you can go to his site. You can go check him out at Dana Daughtry 180 on Instagram and find out about what he's doing. He has t-shirts for sale. He has wristbands. And then he's going to be doing some things where he's collecting some goods for the homeless as well. So he can always use donations, and I wanted to just plug that as soon as we start, because I would love to be able to make sure that people know about your business, and that's what we do here on Give It to the People. But today I have one of my favorite people, and let me tell you something. So you know how like you hear the word librarian and it doesn't spark joy usually? And I'm going to say that because, you know, the thing about it is we think of like, you know, maybe one of the little old ladies. Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is my age group, right? And then you think about the little cards you have to pull out to go in. And, you know, that's how the library used to be back in the day. But now we have so much technology, mm-hmm. and we have so many people that are really great. And what I can say about here specifically is that at the Greensboro Public Library, the one that is downtown, okay, because I can't speak about these other libraries, but the one that is downtown, they have the absolute best business and nonprofit librarian, and she is one of the most helpful, happy librarians I have ever met in my life. And so, Morgan! Okay, so Morgan is here today. So, Morgan Ritchie-Baum, please tell them, you know, even though I said, you know, business and nonprofit librarian, what do you do to make this library so awesome?
Oh, well, first of all, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
This is a great way to start out 2020. So, as a business and nonprofit librarian, and as a public librarian more generally, mm-hmm. we are really here to get you connected to information. And I really love, so our director is Bridget Blanton, and she has this motto, this mantra, this guiding force, which is we are conduits to destiny.
Ooh.
Which is so powerful, right? I love that.
It's conduits like she is destiny. Like a little Jedi.
Yes.
Okay, so conduits to destiny.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like so far reaching and so just like big idea.
Yes.
But I love that though.
Right, because the great thing about the library is you can come to the library and quite literally hopefully find something, whether that's a book, a movie, a CD, or an online resource to get you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Right? So as a business and nonprofit librarian, you know, I always start out my little spiel by saying, you know, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your accountant. I'm not really here to give you business advice.
Well, we're not going to do. That's what you start out with.
That's not what I'm here to do for you. But what I am here for you is to get you connected to that powerful information to help you make informed decisions, mm-hmm. as it relates to your business or your nonprofit. Mm-hmm. And I'm really here to try and get you connected to those free resources, yep. and those great community resources.
Yes.
Because we are at the library, especially the public library, we're all about getting you connected to resources, especially community resources like Lady Business, Real Glow Getters.
That's right.
And all the wonderful ecosystem partners that we have here in Greensboro. But beyond that, you know, we're helping people find jobs. We're helping people make love connections, setting up your match profile.
Are you serious?
It's happened. I mean, we run the gamut, right?
Okay.
If you've got an informational
I did not expect that right there. Wow. Okay.
I mean, we are for the people. I mean, mm-hmm. we're a democratic institution.
Yeah.
Right? I think the library. One reason I'm so proud to be a librarian, I love the library, is we are truly a democratic institution. So, mm-hmm. if you have a need, an informational need that we can help you with, we're going to do our best to try and help you. Are we going to succeed 100% of the time? No, but we're going to do our best to try and do it. So that includes everything from helping you with your schoolwork to helping you get Facebook set up. We're here to help you.
Wow. Okay. So that runs the gamut, like you said. Okay. So a couple of things that I just want people to know specifically. Years ago, this was, oh my God, this was Lauren. So this was way before you came. You guys have a resource where you can check books out online and you can share them. So tell them about that, because a lot of people may want to buy books, but maybe their finances are not there, or maybe they don't want to just invest in a whole bunch of books about the same subject matter, but they can. First of all, get your library card.
Yes.
Let me just back all the way up. Get your library card, because it costs $0, right?
Zero.
Completely free. So get your library card. And if they do come to get their library card, right here in Greensboro, they can use it throughout North Carolina.
So with a Greensboro Public Library card, you can use it at any library in the Greensboro Public Library system. Okay. Now, with the service you're referring to, the ebook service. Okay. So that's run through the North Carolina Digital Library, which is also in partnership with a company organization called Overdrive. So with your Greensboro Public Library card, as long as you have one of the Overdrive apps installed on your tablet, your smartphone, your computer, you can be anywhere. And with your Greensboro Public Library card, download books, magazines, audiobooks, even some movies. And you don't physically have to be here. Now, the great news is, even if you're watching and you are not eligible for a Greensboro Public Library card, the majority of public libraries in the state of North Carolina also provide this service. So we would love you if you're in Guilford County, stop by one of your local branches of the Greensboro Public Library. But if you're not, check out your local public library, because this is an incredibly free. Yes. We love free.
Yeah, and if you are an avid reader, I mean, this is that thing. And it has audiobooks also?
Audiobooks,
yeah. Yes. So if you're an avid reader, or / not reader but listener, this would be something really great, because I think that's one thing that I could say, that the people that I know have used it, mostly it's been for audiobooks, because maybe they'll do it while they're in transit, and then this way they can listen to a chapter like on lunch, or while they're driving in if they have a commute from work. So the people that I know that have used it have mostly used it for that purpose. But then also to say, okay, well, I have this book. Well, is it good? Let me see if I want to actually buy the book, because a lot of people still do want to have books in their hand. But at least this way, if you can get into the first chapter or two, you can say, okay, well, look, I really want to go buy this book and have it in hand. And then some of the books, because I know y'all can't have every book in the world, but maybe they're not physically in the library, but then they'll be on that system too.
Absolutely. And you don't have to worry about returning books.
There you go.
So goodbye overdue.
That's right.
Fines and fees. Yeah. And I mean, there really is something for everybody in this service. So there's the North Carolina Children's Digital Library. So some of the books are animated or will read to you. So if you've got little ones, it's a great way to get them excited and involved in reading, especially if they're already having some tablet time and you want to do something a little more educational.
So moms.
Yes. And dads.
And caregivers of little people.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I always like with my, there's a new business book coming out every day. Right?
Yeah.
There's no way we can have them all. And let's be honest, not all of them are necessarily going to be quality, but this is a great way to use your money wisely. Check it out online. Don't even have to come into the library. Check it out and see if it's something.
But they do need to come in if they don't have their, or can they get their library card online without coming into the library?
No, still need to
see you in the library. So you need to come in to get that.
Yep.
So what do they need in order to get a library card?
Okay, so to get a library card at the Greensboro Public Library system, you do need to either be a resident of Guilford County or actually one of the surrounding counties. We do have borrowing agreements with any county that touches Guilford County.
So, okay. All right.
So if you have a photo ID that has that address on there, awesome, you're good to go. If maybe you've just moved or you're a student, etc., just bring in a photo ID and then something like a piece of mail, a lease agreement. You can really even pull it up on your phone as long as it's got your name, and then we have a picture ID to go along with that showing you live here.
Okay.
Good to go.
And you get that library card and then you can utilize that system. Now, I need people to know, because we've been working together for a couple years now, at least 2 or so. This year we started, or actually now, it's 2020. So last year we started a partnership with Real Glow Getters, which is a great organization for women to help them start, stay, and slay in business. And we started doing some workshops together in collaboration with CoLab, which is downtown. And so that is it's really a co-working space for entrepreneurs. These workshops have been really great.
Yes. I've enjoyed it.
And one thing that I can say is I think that sometimes location makes a difference, time makes a difference, and then just, people being able to say, oh, okay, well, this sounds like it's for me kind of thing. So it's not that you haven't been doing those workshops. It's just being able to attach it with another organization has been something that collaborative effort,
Absolutely.
So what do you feel about, if there's somebody that says that they want to do something that could benefit people and maybe they want to collaborate with the library as well?
Yeah, so get in touch with us. I mean, we're always out to try and benefit our community. The library is all about community needs, right? Our collections are driven by community needs. The services, the programs, all of that is driven by community needs. And we do a lot of work like getting out into the community to try and hear what people are saying. But if you've got an idea or a program or an organization that you think could benefit the community as a whole, reach out to your local branch, your local librarian. We do have, some, things we try and provide. All programming at the library does need to be free and open to the public. We do prefer to work with nonprofits because we don't necessarily want somebody to feel like they're coming to the library to have something sold to them. But we have worked with for-profits in the past as well. But really the focus is, do you have something that's going to benefit the community? Certainly talk to us and we'll see if we can find a way to partner together.
Okay. Now, people have asked in the past, too, because you do have those 2 larger rooms that are down on that first floor. Can they rent space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I think that's an important thing that a lot of people don't realize, that they can rent space. Now, if they rent space, that means they're paying for it. Can they charge, though?
That's a great question that I don't fully know the answer to. But luckily, we're online. We got a website, people. Google us, Greensboro Public Library.
Because that's not your area of expertise, but I know that you rent space, and other people didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so you can there is space available at all 8 of our branches.
Boom.
So, if downtown Central Library, we have some really large, great meeting spaces. So check that out. But all 8 of our branches have meeting space available. And you can find those rates and policies very easily online at our website. And it's, it's a great way to get your organization out into the community.
Definitely. And I mean, the thing is, maybe you are a brand new nonprofit. And, with us working with the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium, maybe you're new and you don't have a space to meet, but the library is a great place because everybody can get there. Yeah. It's always going to be parking, so when you start to look at, okay, where can we have something at? If you're doing something that is community focused, it just makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say, even if people are talking about, inviting people in for finding out about what's going on with your nonprofit, that would be something good, which is the segue. So in April, we're going to be doing the Nonprofit Resource Fair. This will be our 2nd one. And so with that collaboration, that's one of the things that it turned out, I think, better than we could have even imagined.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So yes. Okay. So what this particular thing is we came up and we said, well, look, there's not really a fair for nonprofits, right? So let me explain that. Now, I know the Volunteer Center does do a thing, and they'll be doing something for MLK Day, right? So they'll be doing their thing, and they have a bunch of nonprofits out there, and it's a fair. The difference is this is for just general public to kind of find out about the different nonprofits that are available. Yeah. Ours is kind of the opposite. We flipped it around. So this is for nonprofits to find out other resources that are available to nonprofits. Yes. And I think that's the biggest distinction.
Absolutely.
And so, we had a lot of people that were like, I'm a nonprofit. And we're like, no, that's not. If you don't provide a service that could help the other nonprofits. So for instance, the Small Business Center at GTCC was one of the facilitators there because they do help with a nonprofit program. So if you have a grant writing kind of thing, if you do marketing for nonprofits, those things, this is what we do, and then just kind of pulling that together. Absolutely. So can you give them a little bit of just information about what the library does to help nonprofits?
Yeah, absolutely. So in keeping in that realm that we're here to provide you resources. So we are 2 things. We are a Foundation Center information partner, which means if you're not familiar with the Foundation Center, they've recently changed their name. They're now known as Candid, CANDID, because they've joined with GuideStar. But as a Foundation Center Information Network partner, that's a mouthful.
It's a lot. Candid.
Candid, yes. We provide access to a really powerful database called Foundation Directory Online. If you were to try and access this database outside of our library, you would have to pay for that.
all of the coins they want.
And it's not necessarily an inexpensive database either. So,
it's not. So go to the library for free.
Yes. So at the Central Library, we provide free access and training to get you onto that database. And what that database does is it can really be a great starting point to start your research for finding potential funders for your nonprofit organization. And it provides a lot of information that can really help you match with a foundation based on what you both care about.
Yeah.
And that foundation's history of giving, which is a great way to start a funding relationship. In addition to that, though,